What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Rob's Reviews here for another review. Today we're taking a look at the mk85 Iron Man figure by Hot Toys. It's a die cast figure. I've been really hanging to get this guy. This guy's my first Iron Man die cast figure in my collection. So super excited to finally get this guy. I also want to give a shout out to William Wang who hooked me up with this figure. If you want to grab one as well, check him out. He's got a whole bunch of other stuff that he sells, other 1/6 scales. So check him out on Facebook. I will leave his details in the description below. But let's just talk about this packaging, and I think it's pretty cool. I like the design, the picture of Iron Man on the front there. It's got like a, I don't know what you sort of call it, but it's sort of like a reflective sheen over the top of it. So you get some nice colors happening. And then obviously you can see there on the back the standard warnings and credits. And obviously on the front there you see the picture of Iron Man. It says Avengers Endgame, and obviously mk85 die cast. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and remove this cover just so you can see what's underneath. Okay, so once you slide the cover off, you then see this styrofoam black packaging that the product is actually housed in. Obviously being a die cast, they want to give it as much protection as possible. And then obviously you remove the cover, and then you've got the figure in there. So what I'll do now is we'll go ahead and take all the accessories out so you can see what Iron Man comes with. All right, so here are all the accessories that Iron Man comes with. What I would suggest before you start mucking around with the actual figure is have a read of the instructions. Because, like I said, this is my first die cast Iron Man, and if you're not sure what you're doing, you can damage the figure. So, especially when you're trying to put the batteries in, which are a real pain in the ass. So I do recommend you read the instructions so you know how to operate this figure. All right, we're going to start off with the head sculpt. Now, I was one of those people that wasn't too happy when Hot Toys changed it, because obviously the promo pics had this other head sculpt, which did look a lot better. But now that I've got this one in my hand, I can see where Hot Toys was going with this. It does look a little bit more movie accurate. There is something going on with the nose that looks a little bit funny, and around his cheeks and jawline, it does look a little bit skinny, but overall I think it's pretty good. The hair is pretty similar to how it was in the movie. Yeah, I mean, when you get certain angles you can see him a little bit more, probably about there. But just spot on, like straight on, it does look a little bit off, but otherwise it's not that bad. So yeah, I don't think it's that bad as everyone is making out it to be. I'll move on to the nano gauntlet. This all lights up. It's beautifully detailed, and the way that it works is once you plug it in to the actual figure and flick the switch on, it'll light up. So the batteries don't actually go in this section, it actually goes in the arm. And all the fingers can move. The only problem is you can't, in the movie I'm pretty sure it's the middle finger and the thumb that he does the snap of the fingers, and you can't get them to really touch. So yeah, a little bit weird that you can't make that happen. And then you can just get those two to almost touch. But anyway, just a little nitpick, but otherwise it's beautifully detailed. Then you get some interchangeable hands. So these two, you can move the fingers, and then these ones are fixed in that position, so you can't. You get the base, which is pretty standard. Just says IRONMAN on the front. And nice picture of his reactor there. And that comes with the dynamic pole and cradle. And then you get the back piece here, which I believe it's made out of plastic, so not die cast. It still looks pretty good. And that's all the accessories that IRONMAN comes with. Oh, one other thing, these tools here are handy. So when you're trying to get some of the pieces, just try and get, these are for trying to get some of the pieces off to get access to the batteries. You can maybe use these as well, but just be careful, this might scratch the actual figure. And then obviously you get a little Phillips head to get access to the battery, where the batteries go. And that's it. All right, before we get into how much movement you get with this figure, I'm just going to show you some of the detail on this guy. I'll bring him up a little bit closer. You can see there. What I like about this design on the 85, it's a real shout out to the retro style IRONMAN. It's the modern take on the retro style. I really like that. That's why I went for this guy. This guy's my first IRONMAN, like I've said. So I really wanted an IRONMAN in my collection that resembled the old retro style IRONMAN, and this one is pretty spot on. The detail there, I'll just show you there. You can see, looks like you get scratches on the actual figure, but that's how they've done it. So you can see the weathering on his helmet there, and that's throughout the whole figure. So don't be alarmed when you take him out of the box, it's not scratched. You have to put the back bit on. It's a little bit tedious, that's why you've got that, that device, so I'll just get that. So what you need is, you need this, and just carefully put it in the back there, and then you've popped it off. Actually, I'm going to have to do it this way. Sorry guys, I'm just going to do it off camera. There we go. So what you have to do is you've got to just put that in there and pop it out. And then I believe this piece, so while I got this off, I'll show you. You can see some of the lights. And then to activate, I'm not going to show you all the lights because some of them are a real pain in the ass to get to. But the ones in his legs, you got to pop this part off, and it's really, really difficult. And then you got to switch there, and in the arms, you pop this bit off, and then you can activate his lights down here. All right, so to put the back bit on, just got to line them up. So just like that, and you pop it on, and there you go. Pretty cool. And then you just pop it off, turn everything off. And this just sort of pops on with magnets too, so it's pretty good how they've done that. And then the back bit, you just line up the holes again, push it in, and you're done. Now, the Nano gauntlet, you just basically pop this off, like so, and then that one just slides on. All right, and that's how you do that one. So what we'll do is I'll show you guys how much movement you get. I'm going to be a little bit careful with this guy. So with his feet area, you do get a fair bit of movement. These all move out the way, so it allows you to move him around, and then the toes do move as well. and then his knee area, it's on a ratchet, so you get quite a bit of movement there. Going back, you're sort of limited to there because otherwise it starts to hit around there, and then forward to about there. Now I do believe you can pop these out a little bit to get a bit more movement. I'm not going to try, and obviously all these flaps sort of move out the way so you can get a bit more movement. The wrist, the waist area, you do have to pop him out, just like that, and then you do get quite a bit of movement. And then once you're done, pop him back into place. The arms do move a fair bit, so you get that much going back, that much forward, and elbows do move quite well. And you get a bit of bicep movement there, and his wrists don't move too much back and forth, but you do get quite a bit going around that way. Then up at the neck area, you do get quite a bit of movement. You can actually get him looking right back. So you do get a bit of movement in the head area, and then obviously left and right. Arms do go a fair bit out. This all sort of moves out the way. So as you can see there, so you can get a bit of movement there. Then you just pop it all back into place. And then his legs, you can do the splits a little bit there. The other thing too is, as you just probably would have seen when I was moving his arms, I like how they've got all the little details inside his arms there, where his shoulders are. You can see all the moving parts. It's pretty cool. And that's how much movement you get with IRONMAN. Alright, so as you can see there, I've got him in that pose just before he clicks his fingers. And as I said, you can see there, the head sculpt's not that bad. I've got some of the lights on. What I found was a bit of a pain was removing that neck piece. You got to remove this neck piece so you can put that one on. What I found was you got to use this tool, and what I found was it started to sort of scratch up the back there. I don't know if you can see it. So you do have to be careful. There's no other easy way around. I would suggest maybe not pushing it in so hard so you can make it easy to get in and out. But you need to swap these pieces out so you can put the head sculpt on. But it doesn't look too bad. With all the lights on, like I said, I can see where Hot Toys were going with that head sculpt, so I don't think it's that bad. So as you can see there, I've just got him in that pose where he's about to shoot off some blasters from his hands, and that's basically how I'm going to pose this guy in my display cabinet. So that's why I'm not too fussed about the head sculpt. But look, overall, it's an amazing piece. I can't compare this with any other IRONMANs because I don't have any other IRONMANs in my collection. But from pictures that I've seen from other IRONMANs, I think, not just saying this because this is the first one I've got, but I think this is the most polished one. The way he looks, I think it's just spot on. I think Hot Toys have done a pretty good job with this die-cast figure, and you can't go wrong with an IRONMAN. So that basically wraps up this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're on Facebook, don't forget to check out 6 Scale Club. It's where you can post pics, videos, or just discuss 1/6 scales with others. Well, that's it from me, guys. I'll catch you next time. And as always, take care.